deputies then approached the front door of the house and knocked. Dr. Bruce appeared to have been waiting for them. The whole situation seemed a little squirrely to Spadell and Sampson both. They had a woman apparently dead from severe bloody head injuries less than 200 yards from home in a car that showed no evidence of broken windshield glass, a pair of crutches apparently abandoned in the driveway, and a husband who seemed preternaturally calm about the whereabouts of his wife, even though it was now nearly 2:15 a.m. Did Bruce know where Deborah was? Spadell asked. Bruce said he wasn't sure, but that around midnight she'd left to go to the supermarket to pick up some things. Now Spadell told Rowan that it appeared there had been a car wreck and that Deborah was dead. Bruce fell to his knees as if staggered by this news. Spadell helped him to a chair, but then it appeared that Bruce took himself in hand and grew composed. Spadell explained that Debbie had crashed only a short distance away from the house. They'd found Bruce's wallet in the car, Spadell added. "We just have a few questions right now," Spadell told Bruce. "Did he have any idea of what had happened?" Bruce covered his forehead with his hand again and sighed. He guessed that she might have lost control of the car. He explained that since her Achilles operation in late February, Debbie had been unable to drive because of the cast. She'd decided to try to do it for the first time that night, he said, because they were running low on food supplies and other staples. Perhaps the cast had interfered with her control of the car. Or, since sometimes one of the neighborhood dogs liked to drop rocks onto the driver's side floor of the car, maybe a stone had gotten wedged under the pedals and had thus interfered with Debbie's driving. To Spadell and Sampson this seemed almost surreal, Rowan giving these explanations for what might have befallen his wife almost as if he were offering a medical diagnosis. And the story about the dog? It was, on its face, unbelievable. Spadell asked Rowan about the crutches. Rowan shrugged and said nothing. Whoa, Spadell thought. This was getting really strange. A barely ambulatory woman decides at midnight to drive to the supermarket, but somehow leaves her crutches without which she can't walk, then crashes her car less than 200 yards from home and sustains injuries that can't be accounted for by the accident? It wasn't a very likely story. Spadell was instantly suspicious of Bruce, and so was Sampson, although neither gave voice to their thoughts in front of him. Instead, Spadell decided to go back to the car wreck to report his contact with Bruce to the homicide detective when he arrived. He and Sampson left, telling Rowan that someone would be back to talk to him very soon. At about 2:45, Fuscher made it to the scene of the crash and inspected the wreck, while hearing Spadell and Sampson tell of their encounter with Bruce. Just before 3 a.m., Fuscher called his superior, Detective Sergeant Steve Snover, Gallagher's equivalent as the head of the county's detective bureau, and told him that he had a probable case of murder on Mount Pleasant Road. Snover in turn notified DeFrang, who lived not far from the Rowan house. By 3:30 in the morning, both Snover and DeFrang had arrived at the scene, and it was decided that Fuscher would go up to the Rowan house and talk to Bruce, accompanied by Spadell. This time Spadell and Fuscher noticed that the crutches had been removed from the driveway. Bruce greeted both deputies at the front door and invited them in. After a few minutes' discussion, Fuscher produced a tape recorder and began an interview. Bruce was very calm and cooperative. He seemed absolutely flat, emotionally. After running through some preliminaries, such as the address of the house and who lived in it, Fuscher began to take Bruce through the previous night's events. "Now you say there were no injuries to your wife except for her leg," Fuscher asked. "What happened to her leg?" "She injured it about 6 weeks ago," Bruce said, "when she jumped over a fence." "And that was here on the property?" "Yeah." "What kind of an injury was it?" "She ended up having surgery a week ago," Bruce added. "Okay, what was the surgery to repair?" "Achilles tendon rupture." "Okay. And what were her limitations due to?